Hello, my name is Elina Pelikan, and welcome back to Icon Painting for Kids. As you can see today, we're not in my home scriptorium. Instead, we're somewhere very exciting. We are at my home parish here at St. Raphael's in North Carolina. It is brand new, and we've been working really hard making it more and more beautiful. And I've been working on icons, which I'm going to show you today. Today, we'd like to talk about garments, about the clothing that icons wear, how to paint them, why they wear what they wear, and why we do what we do with these garments. And then we're going to give you a challenge on how to do them at home. But first, let's go see. Come on in. Here behind me, you can see there are 7 saints that we ask for intercessions on healing. The saints are wonderful because just like us, each of them are different. They come from different countries, from different backgrounds, from different levels of wealth. Some of them are bishops, like St. Luke the Surgeon right here. Some of them are abbesses. Some of them are kings and queens or soldiers. And just like us, what we wear shows who we are. I'm wearing my painter's coat. When I wear my painter's coat, you can tell that I've been painting or that I will be painting. Their garments are often different colors. Now, colors can symbolize different things, but also sometimes they're as simple as St. Lydia, who always wears purple because she was a seller of purple fabrics, or St. Xenia, who would always wear her late husband's military coat all around. It's something that we know about her. It's something that makes them unique and shows us about who they are. When I work on the garments, I start from the ones further back, and I move all the way to the ones forward. I look at the shadows and the highlights. I look at the icons that I'm working with as a prototype, and I also try and make sense of what the fabric is doing and where the light would hit it. It's a little bit complicated. It's something that I'm still working on, refining and getting better and better at, which is what we're all doing. We're trying to make progress. But let me show you what an icon looks like when we're working on the garments before we get to all of these layers. The church has been kind enough to let me use this space, one of their meeting rooms, to work on this set of icons. These 5 icons are ascetics from around the world. This is St. Anthony, we have St. John of the Ladder, we have St. Benedict, we have St. Ephraim the Syrian, and St. Moses the Ethiopian. It's a very impactful group of saints that we love from various places, even though their garments are fairly similar. At this stage, the icon looks very rough. It almost makes me uncomfortable how messy it is right here. It's like, I don't want you to see it, but this is an important part of what the icon is. From here, I'm going to do the highlights. It only has the base color right now, so I'll start with one highlight that covers a fair amount of the space, and then a smaller highlight that's a little brighter, and even smaller highlights to show where the fabric is folding and going. I will begin with this sort of ochre color one down here, and then his stole, and then his cape, and then I'll be able to move on to his hands and the things that he's carrying to make it as clean and neat as I can. Generally, when I work on these pieces, I work bit by bit to see where the light goes, and I look at the original icon that I'm working with as a prototype. But also you can see how fabric, when it folds, has different lines and shadows. When you put a fabric over your shoulder, it's going to do different things than when it's draped around your front, than when it moves over the knee and it makes these different shapes. Icons are stylized, but they definitely need to show the shape and the form of the figure. This is a little complicated. So how are we going to work on this at home? For our challenge today, I would like you to go back to the icons and take extra close look at the garments that they're wearing. As you can see, I print out a lot of icons to work with to kind of see how the different artists portray all of these different things. When we're drawing, we begin just with the lines. You will need a paper, you'll need a pencil, and you'll need an icon. The icon could be on a screen or something you've printed out. And what I want you to do is try to draw the lines that you see. We're going to do St. Luke right here. St. Luke is a bishop, so his robes are extra fun. When we're looking at these lines, this is going to be a little tricky, and I want you to not judge yourself based on how my drawings look, but based on how yours look, and just try and get better each time. We're just going to look at it and draw it. This is different than when we were tracing and we were trying to get everything absolutely perfect, because what we're doing is we're trying to understand what the fabric is doing. Notice I'm paying extra attention to where the fabric is. I'm mainly looking at that. What I'd like to challenge you is to draw what you see and not what you think you see. I've probably said that before. A lot of the times we think we know what we see, and so we just draw it. But each of these lines tells a different story about where the garment is going. His beard is up here, his hair is here, and that's there. I've kind of got him cut off at the top. That's a little funny, but this is my sketchbook. The whole point of my sketchbook is to try and figure things out. When I have the lines sort of the way I want them, keep them a little rough. Then it's good to look at the shadows. Where are things darker? You can use your pencil here, or you could even take out some watercolors or some markers. If you're using a pen, you want to use cross-hatching. If you're using a pencil, you can actually take your finger and blend them like that. They also make blending stumps that do that, which is pretty cool. You can also go back with your eraser and you can fix things. The more you draw, the better you get. You could also start with something more simple, like the Mandalayan, which is an image of just Christ's face on a fabric. And you can see where things fold. So as you can see, what I've created is not a very fine, detailed icon, but it's a study. It's just me working to try and represent the lines that are right in front of me. And the more you do it, the better you get. So, today we talked about garments, about the clothing that the different saints wear, why they wear the different clothing, and how to do them just a little bit. I challenged you to work on drawing that at home, and I hope you did, and I hope you'll continue to do that, because we learn by doing. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.